Wolves 2, Crystal Palace 0. Not the most vintage of Wolves performances, but they got the job done today, did exactly what they needed to do, and that pretty much guarantees Premier League survival for me. So keep your eye out for the early bird season ticket information over the next couple of days, I'm sure. But that was, Wolves did the job they needed to do. And, I don't think we were expecting to get to Molineux today and see a sort of top performance, because Crystal Palace are a really difficult team to play against. They've hit a decent run of form under Roy Hodgson, and to score another 2 goals and get another clean sheet at home as well, which is fantastic for Wolves. A few changes from the last few lineups. We saw Sarr starting goal, back 4 of Semedo, Kilman, Dawson and Bueno returning. Neves coming in for João Gomez alongside Lamina, with Cunha, Hwang, Costa and Nunes as well. Probably a little bit harsh on João Gomez, but Ruben Neves reintroduced, and I thought he had a really top performance today. Obviously rounded it off with a goal, which I'm sure we'll talk about. But Wolves couldn't really have got off to a better start. Corner comes in, flicked on towards Anderson, who sort of doesn't know much about it, ends up hitting the underside of the bar and goes in past Johnston. That was fortunate for Wolves, but that's the sort of fortune that we have very, very rarely got this season. So it was nice. It was, in our favour for a change. And for the rest of the first half, we did quite well, to be honest. Dominated areas of the game. The first half an hour or so, had lots of opportunities going forward. And I thought, we're not going to be able to hold on to this style of play and play this style of play throughout the rest of the 90 minutes. And we saw that, second half especially, Wolves sitting a lot deeper. Obviously for fans would have been frustrating to see, but you saw the likes of Diego Costa slowly running out of sort of energy towards the end of the game. Hwang went down a couple of times, struggling. Nunes, I thought, really struggled to get into the game. And again, I do prefer him on the right-hand side. He played again on the left-hand side today. I think he struggled to get into the game a little bit. But Palace, last weekend against Everton, really struggled against the low block. And that was probably one of their worst performances under Roy Hodgson. And Wolves have done it again today. And, we limited them to shots from range and so on. Even towards the end of the game, the last 20 minutes, when Michael Elise for Palace had to keep coming deep to get the ball, that's when Wolves are doing something right. Made a few changes. Totti came in on the left for Bueno. He's beaten straight away and took a booking for the team. But Wolves, did very, very well and handled the game very well. And I know it's quite frustrating and nervy to watch at times, but that's the job we had to do to make sure we held on to the 3 points today. Refereeing performance was a little bit suspect at times. I felt like Robert Jones, who was the referee, almost wanted to make sure he was getting his face on TV as much as he could. There was a couple of instances where I felt he could have done a little bit better. I think there was an obstruction shout on Sarr, which, wasn't penalised properly. But the one decision he did get right was the penalty right at the end of the game. Sam Johnston, great pressure from Neto and Adama, who ended up as the front two, giving us lots of energy and pace going forward for the last few moments. And Johnston, as soon as he had that one little millisecond where he just seemed to lose control of the ball, and Neto gets there, and I think Johnston gets some of the ball, but it's a wild and rash tackle, and it's fully, was a foul and deserved a penalty. And Ruben Neves has been having a lot of stick. We've spoke about it a lot on our channel. I've mentioned it as well. Probably got some undeserved. He's a top player. He's one of the best players that has played for Wolves and had some stick over the last couple of weeks, which is undeserved. So for him to get, put the ball on the spot, put it into the back of the net, and obviously, you saw from his celebration, I think that was a huge moment for him, huge relief for him, and obviously secured the 3 points for Wolves. And like I said, now I think that secures us in the Premier League, which is huge. We can focus now. We've got some tough fixtures coming up. Brighton this weekend, Villa the week after, who we tend to do well against at Molineux, but obviously Villa are on fire at the moment. And hopefully that's it. But we can build on it now. Lopetegui's shown he's a top manager coming in when we're at bottom of the league, 4 points adrift, and we're in a much better position now. Guys, let us know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Be sure to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. Very close to 15k now, and I'll see you all very, very soon.